Before you ever buy any supplements, watch this video, because this is going to be a guide to everybody who thinks they have an idea of what supplementation is, to get an advanced understanding of what to look for and to understand what the industry is about, the deceitful and greedy industry that is the world of supplements. And you may think, oh well, I'm with a trusted brand, like I trust my brand, for example, Holland & Barrett. Wrong. They are equally as bad as everyone else. Literally, if you like supplements and you're interested in them, watch this video and I'm going to be able to break down what makes a good supplement and why you're probably being lied to. We're going to talk about dosing. Dose makes the poison, or dose makes the drug. The same applies for the pharmaceutical industry. So a dose makes the effect, exactly. If you take too much ibuprofen, bam, stomach ulcer, or even worse, you take too much paracetamol, your liver gets destroyed and you die a slow, painful death over 3 days. We do not want that. But for example, supplementation has the other problem. The doses are too low. And do the doses even have your supplement in them? That's another loophole that the supplement industry has used to get as much money out of the naive consumer that is you. Supplement companies will sell you all over your social media, through influencers and all this, claiming to have such significant effects, whereas that's never going to be the case. The best supplements have no less than a small benefit to your life. I used to trust these people, these charlatans that used to persuade me that these supplements were going to have this effect. This is a long time ago, 5 years ago for me, when I became intrigued with the idea of supplementation. As I developed in my curiosity towards this industry, I discovered that this is not the case for every supplement. Good examples of good supplements, for example, whey protein. That's great, because there are hundreds of studies with thousands and thousands of people. It's the most, other than creatine monohydrate, the most researched supplement there is on the market, and evidence makes the drug work. Without evidence, how would we know if it does? However, these companies peddle that they have evidence that the drug works, and then I come along and I search up said evidence, and you find one study with 20 people, and this is what they're basing their claims off of. Or even worse, they are basing their research off of studies in mice. Yeah, that's it. But the naive consumer, like yourself, will go out and buy this supplement because they trust them. If they say they have evidence, it's almost like oh yeah, sure, yeah, oh, I mean, he has evidence, but no one seems to second guess it. He or she, Let's take ashwagandha, for example. You've probably heard of ashwagandha. People love that supplement. People think it's a miracle drug, whereas the people who are selling it to you are selling it underdosed in 99% of the formulations out there. It's like, if you look at the actual dose for ashwagandha, for example, let's take one type of ashwagandha which is popular. It's KSM 66. That is one of the most popular formulations of ashwagandha because it is shown to have an effect at correct doses. But people are selling you this ashwagandha instead of at the correct dose, which is 800 milligrams or above. You're seeing these formulations where they're selling it to you in 200 milligrams or 25, but evidence only suggests there's some impact at 800 or above. So when you're purporting these claims that it's going to have such a significant effect at this dose which doesn't even work, there is no evidence to support it works at this dose, and they are selling it to you and making these claims, it doesn't work, and you're being scammed. You're fully being scammed, and this goes for so many supplements. We're going to cover what an active is. So, for example, in ashwagandha, there is an active called withanolide. What this is basically the part of the supplement that we want, because it is causing the effect. The evidence displaying ashwagandha's effect on people is displayed when there is a certain standardization of this withanolide. Standardization basically means across a net amount of product there is going to be a certain percentage of this active. Supplement companies, for example, Holland & Barrett, trusted name in the industry. People love it. They are in every high street in England, yet they are selling you garbage. If you read the current ashwagandha that they sell you, it will say ashwagandha root extract. No standardization, no evidence to suggest that there is a certain quantity of the withanolide. Actives do not apply to every supplement. They do apply to some. For example, root extracts such as ashwagandha. If you have another root extract, there's definitely an active in there, which is why it's being used. But for something like creatine monohydrate, that doesn't have an active. Creatine is the active, it is the molecule. However, the formulation, which is basically how this molecule has been structured. So for the most popular form of creatine is creatine monohydrate, which basically describes its chemical formula. Creatine hydrochloride, I believe, was a very popular creatine supplement for a while. Creatine hydrochloride didn't work as well as normal creatine. The purported benefits were there's no bloating. Bloating? There was never bloating from creatine. That's a buzzword that charlatans use to get you to buy their supplement. It's like, oh, don't buy their product because ours, we stop bloating. Like, we don't have that weird bloating and indigestion. It's ridiculous. Like, that is not the case for people, and it's a made up issue in all supplements, which people use to get you to buy their version, their better version. So we've covered standardization, what standardization is. We've covered actives. We've covered doses. We have not covered loading though. Loading is going to need some more context and another video. It's a lot more nuanced than people think. Supplement companies know this, and they are exploiting people's naivety about how loading works. So I'm going to have to break it down in another video and explain which supplements you should be aware of and which need loading and to what quantities. But that is all for this video. We've covered everything I needed to. So thanks for watching. You've just been dosed.